Inspired Beta looks at his watch. It is way past his bedtime. He continues scrolling and eating his favorite sweets and crackers. Soon, he is deep inside. He told himself he quit 3 days before. He convinces himself that this is the last time, and I will only do it once. Inspired Alpha. Inspired Alpha looks at his watch. It is time to relax. He picks up an astronomy book, goes out to the woods to read and connect with nature. He knows through experience that stretching his mind is the best way to relax and enjoy his time. In this video, we are going to talk about 4 temptations that we face all the time and we give in to them regularly. I explain how to overcome these emotions the Inspired Alpha way. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe because we're on a mission to reach 1 million subscribers. Join the Inspired Alpha team and let's jump into the video. Number 1 is sexual temptation. Sexual temptation is always following us. Everywhere we go. Everywhere you go, it is following you around. And it's waiting for one thing. It is waiting for your schedule to open up, for you to have free time. When you are alone, when you are telling yourself, let me take a break, let me check out what's happening on Instagram, let me check out my feeds. This is the time sexual temptation is waiting. And when you open up your schedule, there it is, showing you every single thing. Think about it. Whenever you're free and maybe you're on your NOFAP or seed retention, if you go to social media, you will see the temptation there waiting. Click here. Or if you go to a site to do your research, boom, there's the ad. Check this out. Check out them gorgeous jugs. This is the reality. Sexual temptation will always be there, and it will always be screaming, showing you billboards and all these advertisements. Hey, click here, do this, do it, do it. In fact, chronic masturbation comes from just an idle mind. And they say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. An idle mind, you have no structure in the way you plan to have fun. You have no structure in your leisure time. Now, I recommend you read this book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. Yes, Cal Newport. I recommend it because it explains how, scientifically, how doing fulfilling or doing meaningful deep work in your leisure time actually is more fun than casually being distracted on social media. Because that is the main problem. That is where most of the temptations are. You get triggered, and you get triggered subconsciously. This is one thing that I know for sure. When you start looking at your Instagram or Reels or YouTube Shorts, whatever, you get into automatic mode. And automatic mode is pure emotion. And when you get emotional, it's so hard to resist sexual temptation. So this is what I recommend you do. Structure out your day. Structure out every single minute of your day. Know exactly what you're supposed to do. So from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. Even your free time, you know, this is what I plan to do for my leisure. This is how I plan to have fun today. Once you have this in place, it is so hard for you to fall back. Why would you fall back? Why would you go back to, defiling yourself? Defiling. Ugh. Why would you do that? You have a structure, you have a plan. Follow that plan. And if it does not go the way you intended it to go, then in the improvision, write down your plan. This is what I plan to do in this improvision. That way, you don't have a single opportunity to give to sexual temptation. Because once you give it, it makes sure it hits home. Number 2 is financial temptations. Guys, so you are broke, so you decide to work hard and you get paid. So you have a plan, you know exactly what you want to do with your money. But once you get paid, something in your mind tells you, hey, let's not do that, let's do this. And you just follow along, because in the moment you are not conscious. Most of the time you are not conscious, because the plan that you had was just you put up something together. This is what I'll do, this is what I'll do, this is what I'll do. It is not something concrete. It is not something that can be replicated over and over and over again in the future. So you tell yourself, let's just throw the plan out, let's do this. And then when you wake up in the morning the next day, the only thing you have is stomach pains or a hangover or just a boatload of regrets. I know, I've been there so many times. And what I recommend you do is have a budget and have a plan where it's 50-50. So when you receive, let's say for example you receive $1,000, you divide it instantly. $500 goes to investment. So this is what I do. I'm not a big saver, because what am I saving for? Let's say for example I receive $1,000. I divide it instantly. $500 goes to investment. It can be my business, it can be buying a course for myself, anything that adds value to me. Now the rest of the $500, I do whatever I want to do with it. But this is the best way to do it. Have a budget for the balance. Know exactly what you want to spend your money on. Once you have a budget, once you get the money, first $500 goes to investment. The second, as soon as possible, spend it on all the things that are on the budget. Don't give yourself some time to think about changing the budget, changing the things that are on your budget. Go out there, because you've already planned. You know, I'm receiving $1,000. This is what I plan to do with it. Instantly go and spend it. Go and spend it. Then if you have a balance, then you can go out there and do stupid shit. I know I do a lot of stupid things. I love my life. But I make sure I always have money working for me. That way, I know either I'm getting a skill that will make me more money, or I am investing in a platform that generates more money, passive income. That is how I work. And guys, instantly, you do it instantly. Don't give yourself some time to think about let me do this, let me first. No, fulfill the budget instantly. Number 3 is emotional temptations. So you are in your work, maybe you have a business, or so you are at work and you are preparing yourself to make a major decision that will make you money. Let's talk about money. Then as you wait for the right time to make the call, you decide, let me just look at some Instagram to, pass time. And you do it, you enjoy it. But then when it comes to making the decision, you make the stupid decision. You make a decision that costs you money. I know I've done this so many times, especially if you're a forex trader. Especially if you're a forex trader, you can understand this very, very well. You have a plan, and then you don't follow that plan. Now, you don't realize that scrolling on social media is actually the biggest reason why you make stupid decisions, because consciousness is the root of emotional control. Being conscious. And as I've said before, when you scroll on social media, this is what happens. You get into automatic mode because you are receiving the instant dopamine. So once you're receiving these pleasure chemicals in your brain, you move from the delayed gratification of waiting and planning to the instant gratification, which is the basic instinct. We are all wired to gravitate towards emotions, towards the things that give us instant pleasure. Now, this is how it influences your decision making. So you are running towards pleasure, towards the possibility of making money or the possibility of getting laid, whatever it is that you are currently doing, currently planning to do. When now it's time for you to execute, you've already triggered emotions through social media, through the instant gratification you are doing. So now you are on autopilot. It has happened to me so many times. You are on autopilot, and autopilot is pure emotions. So the decisions that you make will be based solely on emotions. And we all know, when you make decisions based on emotions, oh my goodness, you are fucked. 100%, you are fucked. So the inspired alpha way of dealing with this temptation is simple: building the skill to be comfortable with your mind. So it's being comfortable with boredom, because you'll be bored waiting for things. You'll be bored, but it is when you start out that it becomes boring. But once you start building the skill, once you start building up the tolerance, you find that now your mind is keeping you engaged, because you are constantly looking at possibilities, looking at scenarios, observing. Rather than being distracted on your phone, now you have all your attention to yourself. So it's all about minimizing the number of distractions from your phone. This is something that I trained myself to do. Every time I'm out, I don't look at my phone unless I'm receiving a call or I'm calling someone. I don't use my phone in public. Looking at my notifications or whatever, I don't use unless it's for communication purposes. I am actively observing the environment around me. I am up 100%. I look at people and I see no one really wants to sit with their own thoughts. But if you learn to sit with your own thoughts, you get to observe the world, you get to see opportunities. That is the reality. So train yourself to remove distractions, cheap dopamines from your life. Lastly is comfort. Comfort is the biggest temptation we could ever have in life. So this specifically goes to people who have a problem with going to the gym. So you are lying in bed and it's time for you to wake up to go to the gym. Whatever it is you do before you go to the gym. Your body tells your brain, oh, we feel so tired. We want to just sleep. We just want to stay in this state longer. You know what? Let's go to the gym tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll feel better. But as long as we are here, maybe what do you think about a movie? A movie is fine. What about something to eat as we're watching the movie? That will be fine. That will be fine. And if you give in to this comfort, to this feeling of, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sit and lay around and get bored and do, stupid things. This is what I recommend you do. Now, your brain, your body is telling your brain, so it's just a conversation. You do this. You wake up. Your brain is still having that conversation. Just wake up without thinking. Put on your gym gear. Put on your shoes. Walk to the gym. Your brain is still thinking, oh, we are still doing the comfort thing. So there is no friction. Let your brain think what it wants to think. But you've taken your body. Before you even go to the gym, take a book and a pen. Write the goals you want to achieve. Maybe it's the number of sets and reps, what you'll work out. Write it down. Go to the gym and surprise your mind. Guys, this works so well. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, damn, today I don't feel like going to the gym. but I still do it. I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like reading. I still do it because I don't put any thoughts into it. I just wake up and I'm like, oh, alright, let's read. I just take the book and start reading. Guys, it's so simple. The inspired alpha way is not thinking about it. You feel like you feel like you don't go to the gym. Don't think about that feeling. You just wake up and do. It's like you live two separate lives. Sometimes you get emotional, but you still do it. You leave the emotions aside. When you come back home, you find the emotions are gone. Now you'll focus on other things. You'll feel like not doing other things, but you still do them anyway. That is the inspired alpha way, my guys. So if you got value from today's video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, join the team, and let's see you in the next video. Peace out.